Hello everyone, Exiles. Today I'm sharing with you my failure. This build is was ambitious, overly gimmicky, and gimmicks in the end worked out, but it took too much resources overall, and the damage is not great. HP is very low, and I'm gonna redo the build, get rid of some stuff. But before I do that, I wanted to share it with you because it has some nice, I think some decent ideas. Maybe you can use it on your other builds or other class. I'm playing Witch, Elementalist. Because we use Fulcrum, I decided to use this new node with Chill, and I also use this new belt, Binds of Bloody Vengeance. So every time we get hit by a critical strike, our next attack, one attack, will be critical. So I will show you the build. Mostly the chill, 40% chill is, well, I guess it's nothing new, but I'll just showcase it, so I just don't talk in hideout for 20 minutes. So around 4 million DPS, very mediocre, no defense basically, and but we managed to make the belt work, by the way. Always critical strike. I'll explain it later. It took some figuring out, took some testing in blood aqueducts. I'm not gonna go and farm the whole map, but you can see it does some damage, some mediocre damage. This is tier 16 map, no juice, no nothing. Very the easiest content, so it's, I guess it's very mediocre. So what's going on in this build? Belt, as I said, whenever we get hit by a critical strike, our next attack is also a critical strike. Some people on PoE Ninja, like 5-6 people are playing this build, they use this, some of them, they use reckless defense, and they walk around and get hit by monsters and retaliate with critical strike with some slams or retaliation skills. I think I saw one guy with retaliation skills. You use this amulet and life is good. But I thought to myself, why wait for monsters to hit us with critical strike when we can hit us with critical strike ourselves? So I went in that rabbit hole. So self damage and crit. Self damage like trauma, enmity embrace, other stuff, Scout's Bridle, has 0 base critical strike chance. The only way to add base critical strike chance is Fulcrum, Element Reflection, and Brittle. Since we are using Fulcrum, we want to take advantage of chill, shock, and self-chill, self-shock, and other stuff. So the only logical solution for me was to get Hatred and get Sublime Vision. So Sublime Vision gives us always Inflict Brittle. If we have high enough cold damage, our attacks brittle no matter what. So okay, we brittle ourselves, we ignore critical strikes with Brass Dome, And still we need to scale this self-critical strike chance. So 5% is obviously not enough. We need also reckless defense. One reckless defense gives around 200 increased critical strike chance against you. So I'm using 7 of those. Here, 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 and even scuffed voices. 7 of those well rolled give you 96% to crit yourself. So okay, we crit ourselves. That's great. We use Binds of Bloody Vengeance. If we use Trauma, Trauma can crit. Our hits, well, we always crit, that works, but Trauma is kinda rough. When you use Sublime Vision and your tree looks like this because you are Elementalists, it doesn't work out very well. So if you are interested in this idea, maybe you can try like Juggernaut, maybe Chieftain with Trauma and Fulcrum and this build and lots of these jewels, but I think it's gonna be still very hard. Well, what I thought initially is I'm gonna get a Brass Dome, it's gonna be 5k armor, and what am I gonna do, how am I gonna scale it? I was going to use this armor and energy shield mastery, and 100% increased armor and energy shield from body armor if your other armor is also hybrid armor ES. So I did that, it's all good, we got like 25k armor, but that's still not enough, especially without much life and without any kind of recoup and stuff, and it's very hard to fit. So Trauma is not very nice to me with this setup. If we hit long enough, we die. Bone Shatter of Complex Trauma, also very deadly. Also, Bone Shatter of Complex Trauma is manageable, more manageable, but it's still very bad. So Trauma with my setup is no go. So what next on the line? I thought Scout's Bridle, easy choice. Whenever we use mana, we get hit by Fizz hit. 400% of mana is not a lot, our armor will eat that value, but for some reason Scout's Bridle and Eye of Innocence cannot crit, even with base crit and all that stuff. I was testing it, I was confused, but in the end I grabbed Ambush Charge. You slap it on and test it in Blood Aqueducts. I've ended up with Storm Secret, Herald of Thunder. It hits fast enough, the beams, and they crit us. The 250 lightning damage. Damage is not so bad, we get crit, we always crit with belt. And how can you test it? You go to Blood Aqueducts, as I said, you turn on your Hated and you turn on your Herald of Thunder, or you equip your item if you want to test something else, and you hit, then run close and see 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds while the beam hits. That means it works. Ambush Charge has a line: whenever you get hit by critical strike, you get maximum endurance charges, so that's what we are looking for. I've tested some things. Eye of Innocence, Scout Bridle doesn't work. Gluttony, Enmity's Embrace works. Maybe you can do like Chieftain with this, I don't know. It might be possible on other class with this setup. I'm not gonna continue with this setup, I'm gonna change it, maybe I'll keep Fulcrum and everything else I'll reconsider. So why did I even pick Elementalist? 40% chill, yes, nice, but they also added a new line. Enemies shoot by your hits lessen their damage dealt by half of chill effect. This line is also gets reversed by Winter Weave, so it's 20% more damage. Very nice. Also exposure, nice interaction. So we hit with a lot of different elements. How do we inflict exposure? With this node. If we have Herald of Ice, Ash and Thunder, we are inflicting all of the exposure, so that's also cool. Also I picked golems. Golems are nice, but I don't think they are like super strong. They are mainly good for capping accuracy for me, and a little bit of extra damage, extra attack speed. It's not a big deal. And Bringer of Ruin, so we get exposures from that node and we can fit all the heralds through this. So also, because we are elementalists, we're using stuff like Brass Dome, we're using a million uniques. There is no way we can fit all the attributes, so I went for Supreme Ostentation, and that allows us to tattoo all the intelligence node for increased herald buffs. So I end up with ascendancy point around 150, 140 maybe. I didn't anoint everything, but you can get even a little bit more. 140, 150 herald effect. So is it good? So let's see. Let's turn on the hatred. I can't. Okay, let's go back. What's going on? I am out of portal scrolls. Shit. Why can't I turn on the hit? Okay, that was weird by the way. So we get like 56,000 with heralds. We get 104. So heralds are a good option if you are like using Sublime Vision with hatred. Other auras are disabled. That's also maybe someone can use with this Supreme Ostentation and tattoos. It's kind of a lot of damage for physical skills, spells, attacks. So what else? Okay, we got our crit. We tested which works, like Storm Secret works, and what doesn't work. Scout Bridal, Eye of Innocent doesn't work. These 2, 3 work. So this one is useless, these 2 you can think about using. So next up, Fulcrum also has some nasty downsides. So we reflect not only Brittle, which we ignore with Brass Dome, we reflect Shock, we reflect Ignite. How can we solve this? There is an elevated mode on boots. You can choose one, either unaffected by Ignite or Shock. They share the same pool, so I chose Ignite. You can choose Chieftain, he gets unaffected by Ignite, and pick Shock here and you're done. But if you're someone else, you can use this one, Bound by Destiny, new gem, unaffected by Shock if 2 Crusader items are equipped. Very good, but not so good because we have to get 2 Crusader items, so we lose our sweet implicits. So I even tried to chance the Storm Secret Ring, but I wasted like 40 divines on omens. It's it's not worth it. Build is bad. With Flam helmet, we Awakener or boots. I chose Max Fire, yes, but it's not a big deal also. So, other problems. Accuracy. We don't have precision. We are witch. We don't have any accuracy around. Except this bit and a little bit here for stuffs. So, we get it on gear on Golem, which is also bad, because we lose suffixes. And with all these unique items, all those unique items, by the way, they barely give anything, like 20 life, 30 resistance, nothing, 90 life, nothing. Like this also no stats, no defensive stats. So we got 3 rare items left. We need one with 2 with influences, also elevated influence. So it's overall a really bad setup. It's like destined for failure. So as I said, I'm gonna redo it, but maybe you can use this belt on something, like as I said, shifting. Also, one last thing I wanted to share. I don't see many people using it, but there is this cute strategy with Elegant Hubris. Elegant Hubris has some really nice note, like 10% life, 40 crit multi, 15 attack speed, 15 attack speed, 40 crit multi, 80 increase armor. Well, downside is you need to waste nodes for empty pathing from the jewel. So what we can do, we can get impossible escape and scam the system, get all the nodes without pathing. I like to do that. I did that on several builds and I feel like it's very worth it. But it's only viable in some places and mostly near Cyan area. Cyan, whichever side you go in, there is a jewel, there is keystones, you can get like different stuff, choose and pick. Whichever side you go in, it's in my opinion very worth the nodes. If you go like close to Cyan area and just turn, get your timeless jewel, use timeless jewel calculator. I don't see people doing this, but I feel like maybe more people should do it. That's it. 7 jewels, very bad jewels for overall stats. You get crit, but it's not worth it, so either change it or just for the memes, I guess. Love you, kiss you guys, goodbye.